Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Sunny startling us with a ill-timed jump.
Hi, Sunny.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabbling, starring Sunny.
And me, Mr. O.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to Sunny's show. No, really. So we're on an hour early as we had announced because we've got to head out to our son's house later this afternoon.
For a
So
barbecue.
thanks for joining us at this
Hi,
earlier
James.
hour. It's nice to see who showed up, and hi, Jamie's. Nice to see everybody who has shown up, and I'm sure more will kind of come in. But we're gonna have to cut it off right around 3 o'clock because
Because
we
we're
gotta
heading
get
out.
somewhere. Yep, gotta have a few minutes to get some stuff together for the event. All right, let me start off with our card for the collective today. I'm going to use the Midnight Sun Oracle. I'll just give you the box there. Beautiful deck. All right, let's see. It's a beautiful day outside for a barbecue. A little bit on the cool side, but not,
How
you know,
cool is it?
it's going to get up to 65 today,
Oh, okay.
possibly 67. The sun is shining so bright, it's going to make things feel pretty good, I think.
That's
Overall. And more importantly, we get to play with the new puppy.
Yes, there's a new puppy.
Yay! Chase is there. Part of the family now. Hey, hey, hey. I need the room. I need the room. All right. I decided to pull it, Mr. O. It's Midsummer Night's Treasure. And it's about mystery, past, present, and future. I'll take that back.
That's
Thank you.
pretty.
Yeah. Let's see what it has to offer. 32. Okay. Midsummer is associated with many rituals, whether it be games, eating, singing, or more traditional ceremonies. There is, I swear to you, Sonny, there is also a place, sorry, there is also space for you to make up your own traditions, rituals, or games. So she goes into that a little bit. One personal midsummer ritual I used to engage in as a child was hiding special objects in nature, visible only if you knew about it, but to other people it wouldn't be anything to take note of. It was a treasure of the night, as it was placed when it was getting dark to invoke a sense of mystery. This provided a sense of seclusion, of feeling special, and being part of something bigger with the group of people that were in the same pact of hiding. The objects there served as a reminder of this all the way through the year. It was like planting a seed of a feeling that lasted forever. So, the message of this card is let this card be a reminder to you that even the smallest things can have a big impact, and what you sow today, you benefit from in the long run. See what you can do today that will serve as a reminder throughout the year of what you want to achieve, what you appreciate, or just something to remind yourself that you are special. Let it serve as a reminder to cherish the present moment as well as the past and the future. Yeah, it is kind of interesting there, that little ceremony or ritual concept she did there. And it's really nice. Write a reminder for yourself of what it is you hope to accomplish. And hey, how about revisiting that reminder? Maybe it should pop up on how you have reminders come up on your computer or your phone. Maybe that should come up to remind you of what you wanted to manifest in this year, what seeds, you've quietly planted that you hope will bear you fruit.
Well, I like this card from a lore point of view. Midsummer's Eve is, of course, full of mystery and magic and lore.
Yes.
Maybe more so in some areas than others. Uh, so on its own, it has its own sense of being a liminal kind of night or day or property. We normally think that, maybe Beltane and Halloween are those liminal periods, but there are other forms of liminality, where things sort of merge or blend, and
Sure.
Midsummer's could be one of them.
Nice, Mr. O. Thank you.
You're
That's what we have
welcome.
for the collective. Let us
All right.
move on and see what we've got going here. I've got a number of oracles here today. I've got the Trash Animal Oracle. Spoiler alert, this is our card for the collective tomorrow from the Liminal Forest, and boy, did something weird happen. So stay tuned for our card, or should I say cards, for the collective tomorrow, the Oracle card. And
Just another day in our life.
it does definitely tie in with the card for the collective for tomorrow, the tarot card. So, and besides those, I have the Season of the Witch, the Secret Garden, and the Magical Unicorns. So if any of those appeal to you, we could do an oracle reading.
All right.
And let's move on. Let's get on with the show. Lena had a question, I'm sure. There it is.
So I'm going to use my Ibis Egyptian themed tarot,
Okay.
the colorful one.
And for anybody here who is also celebrating, well, or honoring, those who have fallen, the fallen soldiers on Memorial's Day, enjoy, this long weekend we have.
Lena asks, do you see my mom Leela recovering soon, as she had a foot operation a week past?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Well, we certainly hope so. We hope that she's back on both her feet
I know for me,
as
and
possible.
it's and especially when somebody's dealing with a foot or a leg, something that affects your mobility, even your hands, your arms, if you can't do what you normally have to do. So definitely want to see that. Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara. Yes, it is. I've always thought that.
I'm of different. I don't know. I go back and forth on that, Kara. I like KFC's better. Popeyes to me is just too thick. It just, I don't know. Maybe too deep fried. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
All right. So our first card is the Emperor Reversed, Major Arcana 4. The next card is the Nine of Wands.
Okay, Kara came in.
And it's upright.
Shirley just came in.
And then Preeti.
And Preeti.
All in a row. And then the last card for Lena's reading is the Seven of Wands Reversed. So I think I
You
can...
need to, because I was seeing the people coming
Emperor
in.
Reversed, Nine of Wands upright, Seven of Wands reversed.
Thank you.
Now, I feel like, this is going to be a little bit of a commitment on her part to regain control, try to do things for herself, to not, fall into the habit maybe of needing too much others to do that. I get that a little bit from the Emperor. But the Nine of Wands is probably good here because it says that in her spirit, she realizes she's going to have to stand up for herself, literally. Should I let you jump in?
The Nine of Wands. Well, I like this, but I mean, I do see what Mr. O is saying with the Emperor card. My feeling here is she has to be willing to allow others to help her.
Okay.
Sometimes the Emperor reverse can be somebody who wants to always be in control. And, this is a time where she has to relinquish that just a little bit. So, and accept help that is offered so that, she can heal appropriately. The Nine of Wands indicates to me that if she follows, instructions, she will be prepared for for a more speedy recovery. Clearly, I'm not sure, Lena. I think your mother's gone through some other different things recently. And if she's had surgeries or different things happen to her before, she should know by now, by what she's been through, that sometimes, it takes more time and she'll understand she has to follow these protocols in order to heal properly. So I think that she will be, because of what she's already gone through in life, be prepared to take, handle this well. Yeah, you can go ahead if you want.
Well, I think I'll let you lead on that one. It's the reverse Seven of Wands.
Right. Well, I'm going to say that, and I got to pull the Lenormand, I know that. I'm going to say that, you know, she's going to struggle with this a little bit. She is. She's going to feel like that, a lot of things are kind of either happening around her or piling up around her, and she wished she could just go right in and take care of everything and be on top of everything, but she can't right now. And so I think that that kind of ties into the Emperor card at the beginning a bit here. That's the main thing that you're facing with your mother's recovery, is this idea that she really wants to kind of get back to normal, and she's got to make sure that with that Nine of Wands there, that she takes the time necessary to, recover and heal. The Nine of Wands can also indicate just what she's been through. Surgery takes a toll on a body, and as we get older, these things take a little bit more time to recover from. So, it's like going through a war in a way, which is similar to the Nine of Wands, right? And so you need time to recover from those battle wounds, so to speak.
Right. When I'm looking at the Seven of Wands myself, what I think could be going on here too is that you may have to reasonably retreat or abstain from certain things that you want to do, whether those are furtherance of work or projects you need to work on, or just enjoyable things you might have been looking forward to. I think the better part of your recovery means you should, listen to what doctors or other clinicians are saying, and work within their protocols, and don't put yourself at risk for any possible, reflux or setback.
Okay, it's one of those things again. Two of the tiles were kind of stuck together, so I pulled three.
I've been there. Hi, Cardboard.
Cardboard! You're just watching. Okay. All right. Well, good to see you here.
It's good to see you guys.
I
All
pulled
right, the
three.
ship.
Lenormand by mistake. Let's see. So we got that. But it's a fortuitous mistake,
Yeah.
Lena. It must have meant to come out this way to give you some hope of a speedy recovery for your mom.
And the tower.
The
Something
tower
that
can
way.
be like a
There.
healthcare institution,
Yeah.
like if she follows, like I said, the protocols. I do believe she's going to recover to full strength and get moving soon. You've got the ship here. Although, I'm going to take that back a little bit here. Let's not try to speed the recovery too much. Sometimes, unless it's a speedboat, ships don't move that quickly. They're depending on the size and what type of ship it is and what they're hauling, they may go slower. So, I'm thinking here that it might be a little bit more of a slower recovery, but it's going to be a full recovery. I think with the bear here, that's saying she's going to come back to full strength again. What do you think, Mister?
Right, as you say, Lena, it's only been a week, so
Yeah,
definitely, don't be pushing for her to make a full recovery sooner than she needs to. The feet are a very delicate area of the body, have a lot of
it's
nerve
true.
endings. I would not be surprised if, there may be longer healing times. As a general rule, softer tissues in the body do take longer to heal from trauma, whether it's surgery or other things. But I like the idea that this clearly shows your mom is moving towards a healthier
Yeah,
situation, and she's buoyed by either her own sense of strength
I like that.
or the strength that she gets through you or other people who take care of her or who look after her. And I
Hmm.
guess the tower just says,
Yes.
there may be some rehab post rehab involved. There may be certain assignments or things she can do to, regain mobility and control best. So she will recover well, and she needs to just listen to everybody that tells her how to do it. Right.
Well, Ari will get you on the list.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on your job there.
Don't get in trouble. Hey, Sonny.
It may be a shorter list, it may not. People may be coming in, but if they come in, towards the end of our show, there's probably not a likelihood we'll be able to read for them today.
And we have a question going on in the chat room. It's not boxers or briefs, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, yeah,
Popeye's chicken.
I get that, Karen. Maybe that is why I like Kentucky Fried Chicken, because I like the pepper.
I like them both.
I mean, I have nothing against Popeyes. I just think it's a little bit too thick of a coating, a batter coating for me. I like KFC's better.
I may, on occasion, edge out Popeyes, but we don't have a good Popeyes around here anymore.
Down,
so it's actually been a number of years since I've had Popeyes. Probably even before COVID. I don't even think I've eaten a cowboy.
I think I agree with you. And that place that was on Eureka closed down a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You're welcome, Lena.
Anyway.
All right.
You're welcome, Lena. Wishing your mom success with her recovery.
Good luck to your mom.
And we are on Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. And Jackie asked one of her wonderful past life questions. These are so much fun.
I keep thinking I brought that past life deck down, but I don't think I did. This is bothering me. Oh, well. Okay, maybe next time. But go ahead. What is it?
It's your deck. Okay, so her question is, did she have a past life by the sea? A rocky area with cliffs.
Oh, okay. Well, then we don't need the other one for that necessarily. Let's check that out. Too bad I don't have my nautical deck, my new nautical deck. I'm going to be using that one probably in the next week or so. It's called the Tempest Tarot. But I will use for you, Jackie, the new Magical Hours Tarot, which I recently got. Really a unique deck. And it's based, a lot of it is based on the hours of the day. I think the minor arcana, though, the minor arcana are based on plants, like midday plants, morning plants, nighttime plants, night plants. It's kind of interesting concept. And the major arcana is based on the hours of the day.
Thanks for giving us your question, Shirley.
Yep.
Yeah, I even took a minor interest in that deck too, that she's mentioning.
The magical?
The one you were just talking about. Jackie said it sounded interesting.
Oh, the Tempest one, probably.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But this one is cool. You will like it. It's very pretty. I mean, it's different. I think some of the tones in that might reflect some of the time of day it's talking about. But I'm really going to do a more deep dive into the book soon. Because I may, even though I'm using it, I may want to do an unboxing of this one.
Hey, no problem, Shirley.
All right. So, by the sea, well, let's see what we get here. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. We have the Moon reversed. They're all reversed. Bah! And Death reversed. It's interesting, there's a cliff on that one, isn't there? Sort of.
Slip? What do you mean?
I thought there was a cliff. Is he riding on the edge of something? Maybe not. Okay.
Oh.
Maybe not. I might not have read it.
Well, right. It could be inferred.
Just say. Okay. May have to do a yes/no on this one to confirm it because I'm not sure I'm getting a clear picture.
I brought you also.
What?
I did. Well, it was sunny there. And there was a man.
Well, if the ship came up in this reading, I'd say maybe. But right now, I'm not sure I'm seeing it. I'm seeing more earthy kind of tones here overall. We do have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which indicates that maybe the one thing I might say about this is maybe if you did, it was really a long time ago. I don't know why I'm feeling that way. And it may not have been a very significant uh, life for you there, I'm guessing. Maybe in a way, it might have been cut off short. I'm feeling that way with death reversed.
I like what you're saying here because I sort of feel that these cards to me, and I can't really articulate why exactly, but it makes me feel like whatever this life was or however it reflects to you now, it gives you a big longing for that, like you feel like you belong there. So I almost wonder, like,
Oh,
either it's what she said, or maybe you were there but only for a short time in this life, but it impressed you so much you always wanted to get back there. You had a longing for it because you just couldn't get there. You might have over idealized it as an area of childhood or youth or something like that, or of a significant part of your life.
I think here we're going to do a yes no to see
Yeah.
what it says. And it might contradict what I'm saying here, but I feel there's a potential here for it. But it just seems like it didn't have a significant impact on you know, your lives going forward, perhaps. Even if it was a traumatic death or a quick death or something like that. The moon here reverse kind of makes me feel like more about this may be revealed to you in time. I just think here that there may be a revelation. And the other reason I'm looking at too here, I'm looking at the Lenormand and I'm feeling here there's a lot of masculine energy in this Lenormand. The sun being
Oh,
considered
yeah.
masculine, the male image coming up here. So I feel like you were a man or a male child, in this life. Could you have fallen off a cliff into the sea? Or were you just always dreaming about getting out on the open water, on the sea? Whatever the case may be, it just may be something like that too in this life. There was an affinity for it, but did you really live there? I'm a little bit debatable about that. Let's do a quick yes no.
All right. Hi, Jeff. You said we will add you to the list. You might want to leave us a question. There's your cards.
All right.
I'll do that for you.
Oh, I did it. I'm here already.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to update it a little bit further. There. Okay. Let's do this quickly. Yeah, why don't you shuffle for this one? They're kind of hard to shuffle, though, I will say
Is that why you gave them to me to shuffle?
No, no, that's not. That's not why I did it.
Oh, of course it wouldn't be that.
It's because I'm busy doing my job here. Okay.
By making me do your job.
I'll pick up your cut. How about that?
The one that will go vibrate through
I
the
just wanted
table.
the yes no for Jackie to be on you.
Oh, see how she is?
Just kidding.
Yeah, it looks like purple hearts, but it's really not. Well, why I deserve a purple heart, Jamie's.
Oh,
Let me shuffle.
jeez. The long-suffering No, the
I'll just let you pick up.
long-suffering Mr. O.
Oh, thank you, Jamie's.
Cry me a Scorpio River.
No one understands.
Well, it means good luck. Like it could be either way here. I'm not getting a definite answer, but look what you have. I think,
It means good luck. Wheel of Fortune.
and that is good luck. But in the interpretation of these yes nos, as it could be,
It could
it
be.
may be. It may be a part of your fate, your former destiny, and I think here that, maybe there's a reason it's coming up for you at this time that you're feeling this way.
Well, the Wheel of Fortune presents the idea of unexpected things one way or the other. And so this is probably saying, yeah, maybe this is true. but you may only find out more about this unexpected ways. Like maybe you'll have to do something else to figure it out.
Like with that moon reversed card we had, I mean, it'll just happen.
Yeah, okay, there you
There'll
go.
be a
I mean, maybe
revelation.
it'll come out inadvertently. You're getting some other kind of reading, and this information comes out, or somehow.
Yeah. I think you're going to get more clarity on this.
That would be
So,
cool. Let us know, of course. I
yeah.
know you will.
So good luck with that.
Good luck.
Interesting you got that card. All right. All right. Yeah, definitely,
You're
Jackie.
welcome,
Keep us
Jefferson.
posted. And Naya is up.
All right, so that's back to my deck.
And I'm going to update that again. All right. And Naya had a question.
I'm looking.
I am too. If I can go all the way back.
I don't see it, but Naya, if you're there, we're ready for your question, so go ahead and give it to us.
Oh, yeah, I see where she came in.
And due to today and our need to facilitate, if we don't have a question, we are not going to waste a lot of time calling for you when it's your turn. So it is best if you leave your question, because we're in a hot mess to get out of here.
We want to enjoy ourselves today. Our son's invited us over. So it's a holiday weekend. But we didn't want to not do a show, so we decided to do it early for you. So please respect that and try to just get your questions out there. We're happy to read for everybody.
Yeah, you take your
including
chances.
Card if you change your mind.
Right, we will certainly have. Aw, Victoria.
Hey, hey there. Yeah, didn't you see the memos I threw out there?
Nobody did.
Geez, oh Pete's. Why do I bother?
Okay, Naya, we're going to give you just one more moment or so. And then if Naya's not here, we're going to move on to Jamie's Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna post that list with that, but I got your DM. That's right, I did mention it to you. Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks for paying attention. I appreciate it. I don't know, sometimes I just ramble. So we're gonna have some fun today.
That's my favorite zip code, Victoria. Okay, it's not.
Silly.
I don't even know if it is a zip code. It might be.
Anyway. So
I guess we're going to have to move on from Naya.
Yeah, okay. I've got the list ready for that.
And Jamie's Cowboys is next.
Cowboys is...
And they have left us a question. I like your question.
Oh?
Person I walked away from, are they telepathically contacting me in dreaming? Or that you're dreaming that they might be? Interesting. Alrighty. So if it is vague enough, we'll do a yes or no also to determine.
Oh, I didn't see that Christine came in.
Yeah, Christine came in. You're right.
Oh, no. And that was after Ari, I think.
I'll help you add them.
Kara was there already. Mm-hmm.
They came after Ari.
Okay. You going to put them in? I'll do it. No, I'm there.
Thank you. All right, so I am doing Jamie's.
Christine, I didn't mean to miss you.
I saw you there, but I assumed that she didn't.
If you missed anybody, by all means,
Please
speak
tell
up.
us.
If you don't see your name on the list, and it should be there.
All right.
Did I post it again without Christine? I probably did.
That could be.
No, she's there. Okay.
So here's your cards. The first card is the Ten of Wands, and it's upright. The second card is the Devil, but it's reversed. And the third card is the reversed Three of Cups. And this is that person that you thought was a really good friend, and then something really went like god-awful bad, if I recall right. And I sort of feel that's contained in the idea of the Three of Cups reversed, that there's no longer any joy here. There's no longer a good feeling with this person, or
The devil's reversed,
yeah, I
right?
know.
Yeah.
And
Um,
that just sort of means that maybe this was a release that needed to happen, that maybe this was something that need to be overturned.
well, the Three of Cups reversed may indicate to me too that really there's no current support there for this, I feel. And looking at some of these other cards, I kind of feel that way too. Except for that Ten of Wands. I think the Ten of Wands may indicate to me that they may feel some guilt or some burdens associated to what happened between the two of you. But the devil reversed indicates to me that they're releasing themselves from all of that. Do you
Right.
get that?
I get that too. So I'm not so sure, it might be the dream, it might be your way of resolving it. But the devil reverse could sort of indicate that maybe, like you're saying, they're a narcissist, like maybe they're trying to deny that to themselves. They're not a narcissist because, they can let this go, or they can release this.
I almost feel they are releasing themselves rather than attaching themselves telepathically or otherwise here. And that Three of Cups, unless what they're trying to do, all I can say is unless they're very upset about what happened and they're sending some negative energy your way, which in that case, you know don't try to respond back in kind. What I like to do is something called a swifting of energy spell. And what that is if you feel somebody sending negative thoughts or negative energy your way, try to take that energy in and make it positive, transform it, rather than send it back. I'm a firm believer that energy, it can't be created or destroyed, right? But it can be transformed. And you don't have to accept it as negative energy. You can say, wait a minute, I can transform this energy into something I can use for positive purposes. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Lenormand.
Let her run. Okay, red agate crystal. That I'm not as familiar as you might be, or banshee. If that, it's probably a good
Ah,
thing though.
that's a good thing. Red's protective, and red fights back. Just be careful, like I said, don't, people compound the problems by sending hostility and negative energy back. It just compounds the problem. That's why I say transform it instead. All right, let's see. I got two. Okay.
It's the crossroads
They kind of came up in my hands that way, so that's why I'm putting the
and the
crosswords
fox.
there. Um,
Before you say anything, I'm going to say something else because you asked whether or not they were possibly trying to contact you, or maybe if they were appearing in dreams even. And I sort of feel they're not, because I think the devil reversed and the burden says they want to release you as some sort of burden they felt, or some sort of level of something that no longer fit in their life. And so that's what maybe they're releasing, is the obligations that they may have once had with you. And by so doing, they're also, giving up whatever joys or friendliness they felt from that. So I don't think they are. I'm just wondering how it is happening to you, though, or why you're feeling that.
okay. Well, the fox and the crossroads indicates to me that maybe they're right now. They're kind of at a crossroads, I'm wondering if they have done anything yet or not. Maybe they feel by just sending this, if they are sending you bad vibes or energy, that they are, it's because they're at a crossroads and they're ready to move on. I'm thinking here they really want to pull away, but maybe something about their anger and resentment or whatever they might be feeling maybe still holding them back a little bit here, maybe burdening them in some way. They want to release it though. And maybe they think they're doing the right thing by doing this, but as you clearly point out, they're not. Because any bad vibes people send out does go back to the sender, which is why I always say if you're going to send that bad energy back to them, then what are you doing? You are now the sender. I'm just throwing that out there because that's kind of like how this thing can ping pong back and forth like that. I really love it. It was somebody named, what was her name? Shoot.
Dorothy Morrison.
Dorothy Morrison, who came up with the swifting of energy spell. And it's a real powerful working to, change and transform negativity into something positive.
You can search our YouTube site.
Yeah.
If you just put in the word swifting, it'll probably come up because that's what our video's called. We got permission from her. We know her personally, but we got permission to perform a example of how this swifting works. And it's on our website. It's under Swifting Magic or Swifting Energy. But we think it definitely works. It's taken negative energies and just transformed them into
Feel
something
better after doing it, number one. You really do. But however you choose to do it, the best offense sometimes is a strong defense. Just protect yourself. Put up
True enough.
put up
True
your
enough.
protection and light incense. Take the stones that offer you protection, and that's another way to handle it.
I think it's most likely your dreamscape is helping you kind of deal with the issue. I don't think they're contacting you because I think the cards express that maybe
They want
they don't want to. And I'm sorry about that, but maybe your dreamscape is just trying to help you come to terms with all of that. And I know that's probably not as helpful, but hi, Marita.
Oh, hi, Marita. I was just about to post the list out there. Okay. I hopefully didn't miss one, but I think I got this right.
We will add you.
Right. All right.
And Kara's up
Kara is up.
with her own interesting past life question.
Oh, what does she got? Was I a Norse vulva? In a past life, a vulva is a female seer shamaness. Oh, I like that. Well, we may have to
I'm so
do the
sorry,
yes
Kara.
no if we don't get a clear question. Okay. Or a clear answer. What am I saying? A clear answer.
I've suffered at least 2 or 3 interesting betrayals. Somebody that I really cared about thought that we had something, friendship of some sort. Avoid Tom
How can you
Cruise
avoid Tom
movies.
Cruise lately? He's freaking everywhere with that Mission Impossible
If
movie.
I didn't know better, I'd say he's acting like somebody else who seems to want all the attention of the world.
We were in a diner one day and they had a TV on, and I swear Tom Cruise was doing, they just had a caption, but he was doing the longest interview. And I'm just like, why is he still on that screen? Can't we move on? And then I realized, oh, that's right. It's Mission Impossible movie promo time.
You're welcome, Jamie's.
All right. You're welcome, Jamie. All right, Kara.
I don't think so. I think he's getting kind of old looking.
Well, you've got the Three of Wands. I like the picture on that card. Maybe this is something to reflect on more, Kara. You got the Seven of Cups reversed. Wow. You got the Eight of Pentacles upright. I think yes. I think it's
Look at
possible.
that.
I'm not going to say a definite yes on past lives because, we can only get so much of a window into this here. But I feel here these cards are very promotive so far, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I'm just laughing at Victoria.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Kara, you have the writer and you have the man with antlers. So maybe
Hmm.
you were really a male shaman. I
Yes.
don't
I
know.
wonder if you were a male shaman. But sometimes we look at those cards kind of interchangeably. The querent cards. You just may have had a lot
True.
of masculine energy, masculine qualities about you. You were tough. You were a tough Norse seeress. um, so
Three of Wands?
the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands to me indicates that, you should look into this more, I think. You almost are anticipate there's a feeling inside of you that's really strongly pulling you this way. I mean, it's not just a whim. It's really something that, you feel deeply about.
It was an opportunity to make a choice about something that really appealed to you amongst a number of
Oh,
things.
you're going right into the past life. Okay, go ahead.
And it resulted in your vocation.
Well, it was your vocation. I certainly was going to get there, Mr. I'm taking the words right out of Banshee's mouth, but
You've
that's
done it
okay.
enough to me,
I have.
talking on and on and on, and then you've covered everything I was going to say.
Actually, you did it as succinctly as I would have, which is rare for you, Mr.
It's rarer
Talker.
for you
No,
because you're
no,
like
no, no,
a
no.
windbag.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
talking and talking. When am I
No,
going to get
no.
my chance?
No, no. Look at Happy Hour, for example. He goes blah, blah, blah in a single card. I'm like right to the point. But anyway, I digress. And then he wonders why we go into
You do
overtime.
digress. That's the problem.
Oh, but not when you tell those stories of yours. But anyway,
I sing a quick song and then I'm done.
ah, let me continue on here. So, Kara, I really feel here there's something we're thinking about here. You really are anticipating this is the right thing. And maybe back in the day, as Mr. O had said, you had chosen that path, or you were chosen for that. I can't rule that out either. You were chosen in that role, and
By that good looking shaman.
and you were well thought of for the work that you did. You were respected. You really worked hard at what you did. They put you to work. And I think here that this writer and the man indicates to me that there was a lot of movement in your life. I don't know what that means exactly. You maybe had to move around a lot.
Rent a seer. They kept sending you around to all the little towns and villages.
On that
Help's not
Viking
available this week, but we can get her there next Thursday.
on that Viking ship. I'm
On the
waiting for him to
Viking ship,
say
yes.
I was waiting for him to say that. So, it's possible too that maybe I can't rule that out. Seeing the writer makes me think that you went on journeys, maybe with warring parties. They relied on you for advice, on how to, what to expect in battle or how to outwit the opponents. I mean, I'm not sure here, but that's a possibility that
I
you went
guess
on
it makes
voyages.
sense because she says they were kind of like
Yeah,
nomads.
okay, okay. So I sort of see this. But I think you're onto something here. I don't even think we have to do the yes no. I think I would say
We're good.
it's highly, like it's very possible. If you are feeling this deep within, which I think with that, I'm looking really at that image of Three of Wands, which is why I went that way. It's a real meditative kind of, I'm feeling this within, I'm getting this message. So I feel that. I feel that you're probably onto something here and you should explore that more.
All
So good
right.
luck with that. And we are on Shirley.
Okay, so Shirley's going to keep her question the same. Let's see if I can find that. Will your business improve in the next 90 days? And of course, once again, if we have a vague answer, we'll just do a quick yes or no. And you're welcome, of course.
That's where it was. Okay. What was that again?
Will Shirley's business improve in the next 90 days?
Okay. 30 days should be
30.
right.
Whoops.
Okay. Should just put that in there.
That was probably me. These glasses are just not working as well as they should anymore. It's time for a new prescription, I think.
Past time. We got to get over to the eye doctors this summer.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, 3 cards. It's the reversed King of Swords.
You're welcome, Kara. Problem?
Yeah, a little bit. It's the 2 of something. It calls 2 of change. Jeez. And the Devil reversed. What 2 would be change? Cups. That's the alchemical symbol that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Swords, pentacles, or wands. I was inclined to go with wands because it's a tree.
I can't tell you. You chose the deck. I have no idea.
Oh, shut up. Oh, the deck you gave me?
Well, I bought it for you, yes. I didn't give it to you.
I think you gave it to me. We don't know, Shirley. I'm just looking for one I do know, then I would know. What 4 means stability? Wands.
Stability?
Stability.
Well, it could be the 2 of Swords because it's stalemate.
But once again, it's another tree image. See, it's the same suit.
Oh, stability. Oh, 4 of Wands. Yeah, that could be the Wands then.
So, and that's what I originally thought. And I'm sorry, Shirley. I'm so sorry that this took so long. She's right. I should be using this deck if I can't figure out what the suits are. But this is the reverse 2 of Wands. All right. Are you ready then?
So the reverse 2 of Wands, and what's the last one?
The Devil reverse.
The Devil reversed.
And that's the King of Swords.
King of Swords reversed.
So your cards are all good. Well,
no,
these cards are reversed. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Your cards are reversed.
Here.
The book and the house. Hey, I got a headache too.
Well, the King of Wands reversed indicates...
Swords.
I'm sorry. Yes, and I knew that. The King of Swords reversed indicates that it's funny how you know something and then the wrong thing blurts out of your mouth anyway. That's me. I don't know why. But the King of Swords reversed indicates that you might not be too happy with your progress going forward. And you're confused about what to, for the next 30 days, let's just say, Shirley. And you're kind of confused as to what you need to do about it. You're not in a really clear space to make a good decision right now. The King of Wands reversed because you're upset. You know, you're kind of letting it get to you. That's what it will sound like, in this next 30 days. You're going to kind of feel like it's all starting to get to you now.
It's a sense of indecisiveness or sense of wondering, over wondering, or over worrying about, choices you're going to make. It could be that, you can't really wait on some of these decisions. And so that adds to the franticness. But
Well,
the
doesn't that tie into that a little bit too there?
Two of Wands
Yeah.
reverse. Yeah, I think so.
Because I think it means that you have to think of the way to shake things up. You may have to go back to the drawing board with some plans you've had, or maybe some things that you are doing, and come up with a new approach, something that will possibly turn this around.
There's a feeling that there might have been an idea about a new approach or something that you thought was an opportunity, but you may find it's not going to work out or just doesn't feel like it would be good enough for you to want to pursue. Hence the idea of maybe looking for something else additionally new.
Why do these lids, when you open them, just spew liquid all over you?
Well, I don't know, but when I do it, you think it's because I'm clumsy.
No, you
Yes, you
usually
do.
do it when it's already open and you spill it. So that's different.
Whatever.
But anyway, if you're going to get testy. So that last one, the
Double reversed.
devil reversed indicates that, it just seems to me that I think I could look at this two ways. One is that you need to come up with a way that's going to unblock you, unblock the progress, unblock the stalemate, unblock the stuckness with what's going on with your business. Or the other way is that you need to free yourself from maybe the status quo of the way you've been doing things. It's like there's something that's making you stuck here, that's not working for you anymore, that's not bringing in the business. And so you're going to have to find a way to you know re- to release your hold on the way you've been doing things, because obviously something's not working anymore, and there's a call here to change it, right? That's that card of change.
Well, this feels like within this next 30 days, something happens. Maybe it's deeper thinking or experience that makes you feel you have to, get rid of a practice or a way of doing something that really was holding you back. You may be able to identify it by the fact that it just didn't feel liberating at all, although others may have advised you to do it, or maybe your own sense of business protocol said to do it. You realize in real time that it's not really helping you. And so something about the way you run business, you might decide you have to really scrap it totally and rebuild it up perhaps.
Right, that's what we see now with the Lenormand, the house and the book. I think you're going to have to give this some thought. You're going to have to maybe, I don't know, do that calls for research, or let's just say maybe taking a closer look, at what will bring you the stability and security that you're looking for. I think that maybe this 30 days, you should spend some time, reconfiguring your plans and thinking of about a new approach.
Right. I see that pretty much the same thing here. Um, it feels to me like you need to have a sense of something less occupying on your mind for you to be relaxed enough to expand further, either through acquiring knowledge about what you're trying to do or just in general trying, to find your way forward.
Yeah. Well, it's good you have some ideas. Maybe it's going to be time to explore them, or to at least, look into them more before you implement them.
Let's do a quick yes or no because I don't think we really gave you an answer.
I think I did, but okay.
I sort of think it looks like maybe, or like maybe
I
things will
think
go.
it's not likely for 30 days that with that King
Okay.
of Swords reversed, there just seems to be still a state of flux going on. But let's see what Mr. O's going to throw at us. And when you're done, I'm going to have to get up for a minute so you can make some announcements.
And it's swords, so Banshee's right. It means no, not in the next 30 days.
Which sword
It's
is it?
it's the Ace of Swords reversed. And so that just sounds like, delays or
A lack of progress,
a
no
lack of progress,
victory yet.
pretty much.
So it's like it's still, there's something more you have to do in order to get this right. I think that's what the cards are saying. It's not impossible, but got to work on it
We
more.
can certainly take a question like this for the next 30 days beyond or other
Good
aspects.
luck with that.
Good luck.
All right, Preeti is up, and I am going to take a break a minute.
All right. So, as I mentioned in various other ways, don't forget, hi, Libra, we'll get you on the list. Uh, I will be doing an unboxing of a pretty cool deck I came across recently. I think Banshee pointed out to me the Joker Tarot. It's got artwork by the artist who does the Murder of Crows, and some of it is reminiscent of that. I'm hoping to get that out soon because I want to start using it really soon. I think its dark imagery would go nice with Goth Tarot. Are you back already?
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
And we will be back on Thursday, of course, for our regular 7 to 9 show. Don't see starting or ending early on that one.
My fingers were sticky from that stuff. So
See.
I
So,
didn't want to handle my cards.
can you add Libra?
Oh, I will add Libra. Okay. Better late than never, Libra. You're lucky to get in. We were starting earlier today due to engagement we're going to after the show at 3. All right.
All right, so it's your deck, and we are on Preeti.
And what was the question?
I think it's a general. Let's see. General.
Okay. And you're welcome, Shirley. And what was I gonna say? It's not that you can't use that deck. You should just write down the symbols and what they mean so you have a cheat sheet in the future.
Well, I actually had the book here, and I just didn't bother to look at it.
Well, do they give you that?
I'm sure they would.
Okay. Well, good. You have it for the future. Okay. General for Preeti.
I should know that symbology, but I just couldn't remember it.
Well, it doesn't come directly to my mind either, I admit, magical symbols. Okay, Preeti, you start with the Page of Cups reversed. Let's see if we can. Oh, the Seven of Wands is reversed also. Dang it. And so is the Page of Wands. So 2 pages and the Seven of Wands reversed in the middle. 2 pages reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed. What you got? Oh, you got nothing. Here you go. Sorry. Sorry about that, Mr. O.
That's very sweet, Victoria. But that'll cost
always
you.
welcome here. But
That'll
not
cost you
once.
$5.95, though. No, it won't.
Oh,
So
dear.
silly. All right, so in Lenormand, it's the moon, Moon River, and trees. Mice, mice, mice.
The moon and the no, that's the birds.
Oh, you're right. The eyes are so bad.
Okay. the page of the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands. I think they do go hand in hand here, reversed. So I feel here that maybe, Preeti, something that you were wishing to happen or develop this, maybe in the next few weeks it may not come through for you. It may not happen. And you're going to feel kind of disappointed about it. Don't let don't let your emotions to get out of hand and feel like this is the end of the world here. It just seems like right now it wasn't an advantageous time for you to pull this off. Apparently, whatever it is, there's something going against you here. And I think, too, I don't want to minimize the fact with the Page of Wands that there could be something here that maybe you realized ultimately that this was not going to work out. Maybe you should have listened to your intuition, or maybe if you think about it now and just say, yeah, I kind of figured this wouldn't work out, you won't feel so bad about it going forward. It's just either the timing was off or there was too much competition if this is about getting a job or something else, or just things are not favorable right now.
So, right, that's kind of what I see, and it all seems to revolve around that Seven of Wands. Preeti, you may feel like you're backing off on something you really wanted to do. Maybe there was something that you felt was really going to be enjoyable. It might have been the possibility of something that could lead to romance or something that could lead to a strong friendship. But you seem to be backing off from it. And maybe the indication is you found out, something, a notice or news of some sort that maybe is just indicating it wasn't really right. And I think it's sort of borne out again in the Lenormand, the birds and the moon. This may be a person who either you already know and you thought you were moving closer to, or you are coming to meet them, but you're going to realize that maybe they're too mysterious for you. They may have hidden agendas. They may not be open personally. That's the reverse
Yeah, yeah,
of
I get
Page of
that.
Cups.
I like where you went there, but I will say this: I'm gonna keep it at either it's a business or project or personal or pleasure thing. It could be either. Because why? Because the moon is either in the Lenormand. It could be success in romance. It could be success in business. However, with the way the cards are going, it seems like, success is hard to come by. I think what you're going to have to do is just keep the lines of communication open. If it is a particular person that you were trying to establish a relationship with, or to just, look elsewhere, to keep being open to communicating with others or other places to either get the job or the relationship that you truly deserve.
All right. That's what we have
So good
here.
luck with that. And I'm sorry, I can't rule out here, the birds can be gossipy.
Hmm.
And so I can't help but wonder
And then the
here,
moon.
yeah, if something undermined your success with this person, either, some gossip that you heard, or maybe some gossip about you made that person back away. It could be, so if that resonates, that could be possibly what went on here as well. You're on Airy now.
Hi, Ari.
Boy, you stamped that down hard.
Did I?
You did. Are you mad at me?
Hmm.
Why?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
When Raphael, the Taurus, wants to commit to a relationship, or like, will I have to wait a while where I get impatient and then I'd have to move on to someone else?
Ah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
the Taurus guy. Okay.
Already. Let's see. What deck do I want to use? Uh, I'm going to use my Night Sun Tarot.
Okay.
It's designed by Fabio Listrani.
So it's a when question too. So I may want to get the timing cards. All right. Use these next.
All right.
Tauruses are slow movers.
We have the upright Ace of Cups. And we have the upright Tower. And then we have the upright Page of Cups. Wow.
Ace of Cups upright and Page of Cups.
Yeah.
But the Tower, what the heck? Boy, Ari, nothing comes easy for you, does it?
Ari.
Oh, man.
It looks like it could happen really soon.
Yes, we are.
Do you want it to?
This is your reading. She just asked if, yeah.
It looks like it could happen really soon in a way, but do you want it to with that tower there?
Well, I'm not sure. Let's see what I get with the Lenormand too. That, uh-oh, I already saw there's a man involved here. Ha!
Clover. And yes, the man himself.
Well, there's nothing like a crisis to bring people together, is there? Or to pull them apart. But this looks very interesting to me all the way around.
Totally interesting.
There's definitely something that could take off here and happen and develop, Ari. You know, you've got the Ace of Cups here, and you've got the Page of Cups, which is almost like a message, an invitation to go deeper, you know, perhaps.
There's another girl that he likes, but he hasn't totally decided yet.
Ah, really? Well,
He's going to get in trouble.
I wonder here. What this is saying to me is for this to move to this direction. It's so funny. Something needs to be broken down. Something needs to come down. And, you know, some lessons have to be learned before this occurs. Maybe he's got to make sure he's cutting it off completely with this other person and really wants to in order to pursue this with you. I think something definitely could happen here, but that tower is like a red flag. However, it could work out okay. Whatever the case may be, this guy just feels he's in a really good spot right now, doesn't he? He must feel pretty lucky if he has two people, you know, either vying for his attention or that he is interested in. Let's put it that way, because I've got the man here and I've got the clover.
Yeah, the tower is, of course, a change, but it's usually a change that brings an enlightenment that somebody realizes
When it's upright.
I should have done this or I shouldn't have done that.
Right. It's something breaks down, but that's because something needs to change. It wasn't built well enough. So it has to be either built back better or moved on to something new. And so I think that's what it is here. He has to decide what he wants to go with here. And like I said, he seems to be it's advantage Taurus right now. Now maybe you're going to get tired of that at some point, but he feels he's in a good spot to determine his own fate and destiny here.
I almost feel like the answer to the when part is probably soon, but it almost feels like it's up to him to decide. And I get that a little bit from the tower that he makes this decision, and there's a likelihood that, you know, some of this could, you know, not work out the way he wants, you know. I'm not saying it won't work out for you, but it may not work out for him. Does that breed some discontent at some point? I don't know. He still looks really happy-go-lucky with all this stuff.
He absolutely does.
That's right. There isn't another queen.
Yeah. No other queen came out here. And I really think the Page of Cups is just talking about a message, an invitation.
So that could indicate sooner too.
Well, I don't know. Do you want me to do the timing cards?
I do.
Let's see what we get, if anything, here.
Well, maybe it would mean that. I mean, the page could be a female too. It's just a young person, and it's not always male or female definitively. We're going to do the timing cards just to see what they tell us. My gut says it's going to be sooner than later, but I can't tell you exactly when that is. Weeks to a month.
Well, this could say 10 years, and I'm not going to go with that.
We wouldn't go that way.
But it may make me think about whether this is really going to happen or not. Let's see. Wow. Not soon, according to this.
Uh-oh. This tower needs a lot more work. 11 months
Or
before the end of the year.
so
Well,
before the end of the year or 11 months from now.
11 months is next April. So it's
Yeah.
between the end of the year, December-ish, and April.
Which is crazy to me.
That's a long time. We wouldn't wait that long.
I don't know. I have this sense.
Oh, you would.
It isn't super long. No, it's not.
But it could be less than that too.
Not in the
Couple
grand
months less.
scheme of things, but I would say this to you. If there's really no movement whatsoever and this other person may still be in the picture, when somebody else comes along, you may not want to wait that 11 months, So I think it's up to you. I have a feeling that it may be sometime in the fall if it's going to happen. Just struck me that way. I don't know what cups mean. Cups is not the fall, though, is it? Don't think so.
No, cups is more like spring or summer.
Yeah. And you had two cups there, so that would go back to that April time frame, wouldn't it? So
Possibly.
Kinda
Or between
interesting.
now and next
Or
April.
between now and then, yeah.
Like in the next
Because
few
it's
months,
like
or then
spring.
might take until next year.
Yeah. So I wish you luck with that.
That would be great. I hope you get that.
All right. Good luck with that. Well, and maybe you should shoot for fall. I just have this feeling about the fall.
You're welcome.
I don't know why.
And that was my fabulous Night Sun Tarot. I really like the colorations on this one too.
And you can read them.
And I can read them.
Which is always a plus.
You. All right.
Well, I'm going to shake up my decks a bit next week, bring out some of the newer kind of summery color themed ones, and I'll bring out the Tempest Tarot. And I'll keep some of them. I'll keep a couple of these in. The Magical Hours is staying in for a little while, I think.
And Christina's up. Christine wants to know, what does Spirit want her to know?
Okay, we'll get
That sounds like your reading.
Yes, we'll do it.
All right, and I'll take the Lenormand.
Oh, yes, you will. There you go.
And don't forget to check out Banshee's Material Matters. It was on this morning, and we had a great show. Good financial information, a little bit more specific about what's going on with the tariff situation and things like that. But that was on at 10 this morning, but it's a recorded video. You can watch it anytime, and it's got timestamps so you can navigate to your sign. And the signs readings are for sun, moon, or rising. Banshee's Material Matters. Hey, Christine.
Our Spirit wants you to know. It's interesting since you're getting all your healing done and you're back to pretty much normal. But the Four of Swords says still take it a little bit easy on yourself, I think Spirit wants you to know that. Spirit says, you deserve some time, some rest, maybe some time for further contemplation or, for healing, whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, or spiritually.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that there are maybe still some, physical things that, can be healed. Soft tissue heals slower and all that stuff. But also, too, I think this is also maybe more meditation is in line for you. I know you do meditate. Maybe it's asking you to
Could
up
be.
your game a little bit, too, with some specific kind of meditation. When I really got into it at one point, I learned that there were different breathing techniques, like you slow your breathing a certain way or you breathe to a certain beat or things like that. And those really were interesting. So that might something with meditation might be something for you to check out.
I like him bringing up the meditative aspects. That could be very well true also. So why is this important? Well, it's another sword. It's the Ace of Swords reversed.
It's important because maybe the meditation would give you a clarity about an important decision or about a path that you're considering, that maybe the insight or the idea that you're looking for might come there.
Well, I can agree with that. What he were you done?
Uh-huh. I was looking at what she said.
I did too. Um, I think here I agree with him on something that, maybe this is time you need to sort more things out. Maybe you need to achieve more clarity about something in your life right now.
Okay.
And meditating or giving yourself that space, that quiet space or that restful space will be able to eliminate any blockages that you may be having right now.
And it's not all about meditation. I mean, maybe the first card also means too using a quieter time to pursue studies or interest in activities that still gives clarification or helps you understand your decisions. So this still supports that.
So where are things headed? Well, it's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay.
It's the garden thing, maybe.
Well, but it's reversed, yeah. So I can't help but think here that maybe where things are heading is it's heading towards this need you're going to realize inside that you need to really take care of yourself more. I, I'm wondering if it is about either don't push yourself too hard, either with the martial arts or with your studies. I'm sensing here that maybe you need to dial some things down a little bit to get things more in balance and harmony because something is not, something you're in need of more rest or downtime, it seems like. And you need more clarity. You need to really be able to think clearer. And if you're pushing yourself too hard, that may be hard to accomplish and do. So for your own well-being, you might need to have to find more of a balance.
There are health aspects to Pentacles cards because it's the physicality of the body kind of thing. There's also aspects about one's security or sense of feeling, safe, that kind of thing. And it's not to suggest that, you live in a bad neighborhood or anything like that, but sometimes we do have questions or concerns about how safe we feel, how safe our home feels. Things can happen anywhere. So this could be saying that also too, because you mentioned the gardening, that's an earth mother kind of thing there with that Queen of Pentacles reverse. This could be saying too that there may be situations about what you're doing there that you'll need to look at, just to make sure you're doing everything right. Maybe there are certain, rules or regulations in your neighborhood about, gardening or something like that. It just may say that some of this introspection could be about some of those concerns too.
Lenormand?
Indeed. All right. Do you have a pond in your garden where you can have fish? It is the fish. And the anchor. How nautical.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Well,
It looks to me like you're going to be finding ways to root yourself or anchor yourself in your quest to be successful, whether it's some of the projects we've talked about or whether it may be some other things. I'm wondering though if it is more about that this gives you a resolve to maybe slow down a little bit but stick with it. The anchor also slows down things, but it also positions things. And so this could be saying that you'll find ways to kind of position yourself towards these other aspects you need to work on, whether it's personal healing or whether it's something that you need to clarify in your meditations.
I'm kind of thinking, just with the tone of the way the reading is headed, for me, I'm kind of thinking this is saying you're anchored in trying to control the abundance of activities or things that you want to do in your life. You should anchor yourself in trying to control that. We want to get, we often shoot for the moon, let's just say that, when we really, can't handle all of that. We need to sometimes anchor ourselves in putting some limitations on what we're trying to accomplish here so that we don't short shrift anything. We don't that we're able to put, just the right amount of energy into everything to make it successful. Otherwise, things get out of balance and it affects us. It affects us physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, etc. So you're going to want to try to anchor yourself in controlling, the flow, because fishes swim, in schools, and they have a flow about them. You're going to want to control the flow of your activities.
That's interesting what you said there about the ID theft again, because I could kind of see this not so much being that person. We don't always think the court card's gender is exactly the same, but because of this process of, what spirit wants you to know, to recover, to heal, or get over that situation, the ID theft, it could be saying that. It could be saying that maybe where this ultimately leads to is a sense of you accepting what that really means. And it may not be exactly what you wanted to get out of it because it is that reverse card.
Well, I don't
Just a
know.
thought. I'm not so sure I felt that in the beginning, but
Yeah,
now that you mention it, I could kind of see that.
I'm not sure I can go that way with this reading, so I'm going to say no to that. But if you see a resonance there, then it definitely could be that about that for you.
Sometimes people see things there, so you never know.
Absolutely. So
It's something to think about.
good luck with that.
Good luck, Christine.
We're on Jebison now.
I think so.
I posted.
And yes, I just saw that. And I don't know that they gave us a question, or I don't remember. Let's see.
I think they may have.
Okay, can I get in the list? Thanks, Mr. O. And nothing else.
Oh, okay. Jebison, if you're here, this is the time to post your
Oh,
question.
there you are. Okay, what's coming for me in June? You were just kind of lurking back there. Got it.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
You're welcome too, Christine. So what's coming for Jefferson in June? I'm going to use my... Oh, I forgot the name of this. Adrian Tarot. The Adrian Tarot. There it is. Thank you, Christine, too.
Well, it's 2:25, and I think I'm going to put the sign up. The list is closed. We might end a little earlier. We might end right on time. That's my hope.
And then we can get ready to go to the barbecue.
Yes, I have to get some gifts ready for my daughter-in-law. It's her birthday.
All right, so...
Naya, I'm sorry you missed. Was it? Yeah, you missed your turn long ago. And we can't add you now because we have an engagement today we're going to be late for. So I'm about to close the list. I took your name off after we called you a few times there.
Yeah, if you think you're going to wander away, you really need to leave a question because otherwise we won't waste too much time, calling for you if you're not here.
Yeah, you were here earlier, and
We did actually add you, and then when we called for you, we couldn't find you, so we moved on.
So
What's
can't
up?
add you at this point. As a matter of fact, I'm closing the list right now.
We're sorry about that.
We had to start our show now. We did announce it just about everywhere that we were doing our show an hour earlier today.
All right, what's coming for Jefferson in June? And the first card is the reversed Two of Cups.
Oh boy.
The next card is the upright Tower. And then finally, it's the reverse Seven of Cups.
Wow, that's telling a story, isn't it? Let's see what I get with the Lenormand. Oh, this hasn't been out today.
The Heart. And the Child. Well, from the look of the tarot, I almost feel like there is some sort of breakup, whether it's a romantic relationship or some other kind of relationship partnership. The Two of Cups could indicate that maybe there's dis-ease in this situation. Maybe people don't feel they're harmonizing or able to trust each other. It could, in fact, indicate that the situation is going to break up in June. And I don't know if you are in a close relationship or if you just have close relationships with other people that maybe are more, friend relationships, but could be sundered.
Well, there's absolutely a lot of cups in here and, the heart. So I could definitely go with emphasizing relationship more, but sometimes I like to look at this as also a breakup from a job or a business that you no longer are aligned or harmonious with anymore. Whether there's office politics and drama going on, or whether you just don't agree with the corporate culture, the business culture anymore. There seems to be a lack of harmony. And if it's between people, this is definitely a sign that there is a lack of harmony here. Disagreements about, that are pulling you apart rather than bringing you together. And it may culminate in one of these tower moments. There's nothing, like I said, like a crisis to make people make the choices and moves and decisions that they need to make. Maybe something that happens makes you realize that it would be a wise decision on your part to let this go. Whether it's a relationship or whether it's a business partnership or leaving a job behind.
The tower adds to the idea that something has fallen apart, whether it's a personal relationship of any sort or whether it's a professional or business kind of relationship. Something is falling apart, and it's likely that you're going to realize what caused that and maybe what your own part in that was. It may not have been a good part, but understanding that you may have had a part in this will be helpful in the future. It may help you decide where you really need to focus your energies. Out of this breakup may come other possible choices or other things that maybe are better for you to choose.
And you're going to realize that this was necessary, completely
Yeah.
necessary, and there was something to be gained or learned from going through this experience. So the tower is not always a bad card, particularly when it's upright, because it's just something that has to happen for future growth to occur. So, we have to deal with those tower moments as they come up. And I think here what this is saying is slowly but surely you will find your passion in life restored again, or you will find your passion for your career, your job, maybe to start a better relationship restored again. But take it slow and really go after the things that truly fulfill you?
The heart in Lenormand reveals something you really love or care about. It could be a passion for a job or for people or for other things. It could be a passion for your spirituality or for your studies and education, Jebusson, whatever it is. But what this says is what happens in June makes you realize you just have to keep going slowly, if at all, towards whatever that passion is. So if there was a breakup, you have to just move slowly towards some other direction, no matter what that breakup was, and understand what lessons you may have found there, hopefully.
So good luck with that.
Good luck,
I
Jefferson.
think you'll get through this okay. So good luck with that. And we are on Miss Victoria.
Yes, it's Victoria.
We had that weird,
Victoria.
we had that question with that Tom Cruise. No, I know it wasn't about Tom Cruise.
You're welcome, Jefferson.
What is a message from the universe to help me feel confident and inspired moving forward?
Okay.
I guess that would be my reading.
Sure, and it's your deck too.
Yep, I know. Got it out here.
All right. And we did the check, and next week, happy hour will again be on at 10 a.m. The following week, it's a little early, it will be on later because I'm working an earlier shift at work. The Tom Cruise deck, please. Oh, that would be a mission impossible.
I don't have a Tom Cruise deck. I had a horse deck I could have used, but I didn't use it. That would be a mission impossible.
I only like mostly about one movie with Tom Cruise. It's probably the one you would like the least. You know which one it is?
Which?
No, it's Legend.
Oh, Legend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Legend. It's one of his earliest
Like
movies,
that
and
one.
it's got Tim Curry in it. That's who I like in the movie. That was actually pretty good too. I remember seeing that. Our friend made
Yeah.
us watch it, and I kind of liked it. It really instilled a lot of paranoia. I'm not really sure if I understood it though. There were things about it I'm like, I don't get this, but I kind of liked it because it was so different. It was really a different movie.
All right.
Ah, no kidding.
Okay, so what does the universe want to tell you? Well, one of
Give
the
up. No.
no.
Temperance.
Well, temperance is reversed, but I
Reverse.
think here what it's saying, is that what they want what they want to tell you is that you need to maintain, your balance, your stability, your calmness. I think you do this pretty well, although I know that conditions, can get desperate, but even through the most desperate times, the best way through this is to keep your confidence up is to keep and maintain balance and emotional stability through the difficulties you face.
I'm going to go really different here and say you need to take more chances, that maybe you need to throw caution to the wind
Oh,
and not be so moderate. Within reason. I mean, I don't want to hear that, suddenly you're being deported because of something you did. Please don't do that.
you're being silly. You don't have to do much to be deported,
Oh,
apparently.
there is that. Oh,
People
you
get
have the movie poster to Legend. I see.
oh,
Nice. I thought you meant Eyes Wide Shut. Yes. And Mia Sara is in that, and I liked her in that. And the music is by Tangerine Dream, and then the closing song is by John Anderson sings the closing
from
song.
Yes, which is why he just really loves the whole thing.
Got it. All right. So why is this important?
help you feel more confident, inspired. So maybe that's it. Maybe he's right, though. I just want to say that. I kind of like what he said there is maybe, work with this energy of instability too right now and put it to your advantage. This is a way to gain more confidence, not to let it rattle you. Ah, this is important. Just come to us for the real hard hitting
It's
cards.
important because it's the Five of Swords. You need to leave no one standing. Take them all out,
Take no
Victoria.
prisoners.
Take them out.
No, I
Leave no
think
prisoners.
I think here what this is saying is that, to be more confident and everything is not to give up the fight for yourself. Don't give up the fight for what you really feel you deserve in life and what you need right now. You have to keep fighting. And that's what this card is about in a way. So in a constructive way, I can say that you just have to keep fighting.
Well, the first card suggested that maybe you needed to just throw caution to the wind. The second card says it's important because you need to be kind of brutal with that. Whether throwing caution to the wind leaves no prisoners or not, you just need to be really assured, in an assertive and maybe aggressive way that that's what you're going to do. That.
Well, I guess being aggressive about it, there's a point there. Okay, so where are things headed with this approach?
The Four of Pentacles. Well, that's kind of cool.
I like that card too. It's kind of pretty. Um, I think where it's headed is that you will you'll eventually be able to protect what's important to you. You'll be able to hold on to what's important to you by incorporating, by maybe taking the risks, taking the chances, uh going out and doing something like that, like I said, flies in the face of balance right now, trusting that you got to keep fighting for what you want, and knowing that in doing so, you will eventually protect what's important to you, your home, place you live, Toby, your own livelihood. So, this is all important, and I think that's where it will lead you.
This leads you to foundation. Fours are almost always about
True.
foundations in a way,
Good point.
sort of things coming together that really support you, whether it's a physical home or whether it's the contours of a job that you enjoy and that you're involved in. I think this is saying really it's not manifestation so much as maintenance of what does come to you, what you have and what you are able to affect as yours, to keep it as yours.
So, what do you got
So
there?
the ship and the heart. With a passion, you will move towards these ideas or towards where this is going to ultimately lead you.
Yes, make your moves with passion. And of course, this indicates aggressive energy, but make the moves you need to make.
I don't know about that, Victoria,
Uh-oh.
but maybe.
Be that crazy in the tiny home. Well, you may have to make the move that, your heart leads you to. I'll say that. I don't know about a tiny home out in the middle of nowhere that's going to really work for you ultimately, unless you, of course, have a way of making it work for you economically. But, and of course, being in a tiny home is economical, right? So, I can't rule that out, but I have a feeling here your heart is going to move you in the right direction. Your passion and your drive is going to move you in the right direction. So I do think that you should confidently move forward despite what imbalances you're facing right now. Do it, and do it aggressively. You have to, I think now, you realize with the timing involved, you have to get more aggressive now, even more than you have. I hate to say it because it sounds like you've been doing everything possible. But Keep pushing at it. And the end result will be being able to protect what you value, and hold on to what you value. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Victoria. I like what you said there. East Texas.
I
Hope you
am
find
really
it.
enamored with some of the designs of tiny homes. I have so much stuff, it'd be impossible right now, which is why we need to start putting up a market to sell some of it. But if we, could get rid of stuff, I would be happy. I would be happy. But I almost would want something that would be probably a little bit more costly. I'm kind of into the container homes because they're built really heavy, and they can withstand some of the horrible winds and storms that we're getting. And so that's kind of important to me, looking at what's going on nationwide here and the lack of support that the government is starting to have towards supporting people who get destroyed by all this bad weather. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. No kidding. That's interesting.
Oh, well, that is interesting. Huh. Cool. Well, good luck with that.
Good luck.
Absolutely. And we are on Marita.
Hi, Marita. And Marita asks, what's coming for me in June? Looking forward for a new job. Let's see what the cards give us.
That's nice. There are some that have lofts, there are some that have balconies, there are some that are just really, to me, really nicely designed. So my only other thing would be is if I had a community that had an area of self storage, so you could store some things, and go in there and pull out what you need when you need them. That would be awesome.
All right. Our first card is the reverse Page of Wands. And then there's the reverse Judgment and reverse Justice. Ouch, Marita. June doesn't look like a great month for you.
Oh, okay. What that one again, though?
Page of Wands,
The Page of
reversed. They're
Wands.
all reversed.
Yeah, Marita, it just seems like June. It doesn't, it's really odd because I thought maybe one of the readings we did for you recently
Was a little more hopeful.
was a little bit more hopeful. But it looks like there might be some delays or setbacks in regard to business or projects, that you want to get underway. So, if it's not about business, it could be about some personal goals or projects. And it just seems like there's kind of a setback or delay going on here.
It's possible that at least one of those jobs you're trying to get, may not work out and you'll receive notice of that. But I would say you just have to keep chipping away and don't let it get to you. It is, as they say, an employer's market. And so they can be incredibly picky at this time. You have to figure out ways to really be as accommodating to them as you want, perhaps. So the next two cards are not very pleasant.
Judgment is reversed, right?
Judgment and Justice.
And Judgment. Wow.
Yeah.
Both
Double
of
win.
them.
Double
It
win.
seems to me that
It's the
you're
opposite
not
side.
getting. I have to combine those two together in a way, Marita,
I think so.
to say that you're not getting a fair shake from other people right now.
Yeah.
People might not be looking at the totality of what you have to offer or who you are. They may be judging you unfairly. This could be in your business or your personal life. In a way, in June, you feel like there's some hard people are being very unfair or unkind to you.
It almost reflects back towards the Page of Wands in a sense of saying, like, people in the job market are not looking at you as experienced enough or not, old enough to, have the experience or something like that. I'm not saying that exactly is true, but it's a slight feel there for me.
Well, it's really interesting. We have all these negative cards, and then I get
The
this.
Lenormand looks better.
Yeah.
So it's a stork.
Not just the stork.
And it's the clover. Okay, so let's see if we can put this together because those definitely put a different spin on it.
Maybe.
This is like saying some good luck and a new beginning.
So maybe whatever you were hoping to hear good news about, it just doesn't come through because you weren't treated fairly or looked at, properly enough, in the right for, well, you weren't judged properly enough. They didn't look at you fairly compared to other people. And I look at it this way too. Sometimes employers, for example, if this is about a job, will look at somebody like, well, this person has all the skills, but I promised somebody I would hire this person instead. That's a very unfair thing, to somebody who goes in and applies for a job. And so I'm just thinking of things like that,
I was thinking of something similar, which is that a lot of times the employment process is routine driven, that they may just arbitrarily decide they're only going to take the first 5 resumes, the first 6 or whatever. And so they may arbitrarily cut off access to better candidates through that.
But it almost seems like some new beginning is going to come to you through an unexpected way, through some good luck. You're definitely going to have some good luck this month in starting something new, but it may not be what you had hoped for. It may be something else. And that doesn't mean that that something else will be less than what you want. It's just something that you didn't expect, and it might come through for you.
I like that. You're getting that just through the Lenormand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of combined it with that
Yeah.
just by saying that it's going to be something that she really was hoping for is not going to come through, but something else will come through that she didn't expect.
It feels like someone else takes a different look at
Yeah.
you than what you're thinking was going to take a look at. Like it just comes from another area, maybe a resume or a situation that you didn't have a lot of faith in yourself, but maybe one that maybe will get you more interest.
So again, if this isn't about job and something else in your life, like people buying a home, maybe you wanted a certain home, but suddenly somebody outbid you on it, got the home, and so now, you have to look, something else comes up out of the blue for you that's perfect. So, it could be anything like that, any circumstance. But if you feel it relating to job, career, then that's what's going on here.
Sometimes karma works that way. We've noticed that in our lives. Sometimes we have a major home repair. It's been a while, knock
Yeah.
on wood, and we're like, oh crap, we have to pay this. And then we are unexpectedly lucky. Maybe she wins more money on the lottery if she plays it, or something else happens that may offset that to some degree.
Keep hope alive, Mr.
So
O.
we hope that the future works out for you in June, and we hope to
Yes,
see
we
you
do.
again.
Good luck with that, Marita. Um, that was an interesting read.
That was.
All right, we're on Libra now, our last reading.
And I think Libra wanted a general. Let's take a look.
All right, I don't know. You can check that out.
General, yeah. And it's kind of interesting with Libra because normally Libra is not the last reading.
I know.
They usually come in before that, but we're closing down early today due to our situation. We want to go have fun while there's still some fun to be had.
I would need some Mercy deck. Well, you know what? People
Play with
tend to
it.
come late to the gathering
That's
anyway,
true, yeah.
so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, we're really going there to play with the puppy, I think.
Well, there's more than that. I think I'll use the horsey deck, and I cannot believe this. I've used this deck very little, and it seems like it's a linen-y style deck, but you know what? One of the cards is already fraying a little bit on it. Huh. Not happy about that. It's notwithstanding my card ruffling, I guess. Sigh.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome, Marita. Luck seems to be on your side somehow, some way in June. I hope it plays out. Well, the King of Swords is back upright. It's in a different reading. Looks like it's court card of Palooza. We have the Page of Wands upright. Everything's upright. We got the Lovers upright. Wow.
And the Rider and the Mice in the second spot.
Well, there's definitely a story here. I don't know if you want to go. I will.
I'll let you go.
The Rider and the Mice, though? Hmm. All right, okay, we can deal with this. So, the King of Swords indicates it's decision time, Libra. There's some decision you have to make or will be making. And it's in regard to some new opportunity or project or goal that presents itself, or you just, feel like you need maybe to take on at this time, that it would be a good time to initiate it. And it seems to me that it would be a good choice to pursue this. But that's not to say that there might be some little issues in getting this off the ground, whatever it is you're trying to do. With the Mice here and the Rider, it's indicating to me that things will move forward, but there may be little obstacles or minor stresses that you have to deal with to get this off the ground.
The King of Swords may indicate too that you'll need to pay some attention for that reason. That there's maybe, kind of getting into a sense of precision or clarification skills that you might have there. And ultimately, you may feel like what's left for you is something that really is inviting and brings you into the situation, makes you feel more confident. That's the Page of Swords there, about making this decision that you feel like really, of the choices offered, you understand really where you should go. It feels like it's a good fit.
Right. You will do what's right for you. That's the Lover's card. It's got to feel right for you. And I think you'll do it. I just think that,
Despite these little minuscule things here.
yeah, little minor annoyances may crop up or stresses, but, nothing that you can't handle. It just may make things get off to a little bit of a slower start than you had hoped for. That's pretty much it. I mean, this is really cut and dry.
It is. It's kind of interesting it came out this way.
Yeah, so something new you're going to be making a decision about. I wish you luck on that.
Good
Good
luck,
luck with
Libra.
that. Wow. I can't even stretch it out because I don't know what else to say. It's like that, cut and dry.
Well, it's okay.
Because it is now 2:54.
So there you go.
Right, so we are going to close the show in a minute or two. I want to thank everybody for coming in and for most all of you just, posting your questions or being here when we call. It's really important for us to, it's very helpful, especially when we've got to cut it short like this. And we're trying to stay on our 2 hour schedule, which we often fail at. But it's always fun to read for you all. We appreciate you. We enjoy talking with you when we can. And we hope to see you back real soon. So, for those who's having a longer weekend this weekend, enjoy it. And we'll see you hopefully on Thursday at our live show.
Right.
Take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.